Very good. And you see this guy has some nice glow from underneath, as well as some glow from the pipe here. And so this was not painted in a day. Spoiler. And so now I'm just continuing and sharing the work with you guys. Welcome to chill and enjoy. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat section. Hopla, let me adjust this and that, and then we'll be ready to go. Very good. Okay, something like this is perfect. Let me check here and there. Very good. Okay. The front is almost done. Recon. Recon, it's almost done. And so, yeah, this area here, like this, so it's perfect. This area here, underneath is very important, I believe, for the mood. And so, let me check. Seeing something here. Okay. On the helmet, you see just above the teeth, there is just a tiny adjustment. And so I'm going to do it first, and then I will continue. See here, just above the nose, it's missing a tiny section, and so doing it right away. Yes, very gentle. And now it's connected. It's a bit thick here, so let me try to correct that. Yes, better. Okay, very good. And at the same time, I'm checking if everything is all right. I may come back to these areas here, like these ones, but I'm not even sure. Because if it's very dark, then this looks all the brighter. Like this, it's pretty fine. So I will check later if I have to get to this section lighter and the edges even lighter. Probably. But I'll see later. Oops, sorry. And yeah, I think right here is done. Here, the gun is pretty nice. Alright, it's cool. This area here, I've done yesterday. Spent a lot of time on the chest here, so it looks cool like this. Like there is a good glow coming from here. I think I could reinforce this here, but not even sure if I should. You know what? Yes, maybe. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. So very much on the edge to begin. Okay. I think all the rest I've done already. This I could, let me check. Oh, the tail I have done also. Very good. Yeah, maybe here, you see on the thigh, here, and the butt, although it's not the easiest area to get access to. I will just try. Something like this. Oh, and this area too, still very rough, and so I still, how to say, smooth out the transition, and then I will come back with a darker green. But even then, it's not too bad like this. Okay, taking a smaller brush. Oops, I will reload the green, dark green on my palette. This one. Okay. There are two things I don't like at the moment. The reflection on this here, I think I go over them with this just to make them a bit darker, like this. And it will be a lot more integrated. Okay, here we go. Okay. And this area now. Okay. And that will be back and forth. Betty Boop, hello. And it will be back and forth between the green, the light green and the dark green. And so I've been switching between, just keeping to one color and do all the different areas, or switching. But now I switch. I like to have one area done and go to the next one. Because anyway, I will have to reload the brush with paint or clean it because the paint started to dry. So when I do that, in fact, if I change brush or change color, it's the same, as long as everything is on the palette. Okay. This is something I would like to avoid. If the line is too thick, then we lose the magic. Okay, cool. Okay. What was I doing here with the dark green? There was an area I said I wanted to check. I've forgotten. Just escaped my mind. Absolutely. So let me glaze over this, and then I will come back with the light green, sorry. Okay. Well, the light green is, in fact, very much a medium green. Okay, let's do it. You're so talented, for real. Keep at it. Well, Bloody Berry. Thank you very much for your kind words. I'm having an issue with the paint now. Gotta get back with the dark green. Oh. Bit more dilution. And here we go. Oh, something like this, cool. I guess that will be enough, because it's not like his little butt is the most important part on the model. Something like this, where the glaze ones over it with the dark green, and that would be good. Okay, you see I had some trouble having a good opaque layer here of that light green. Oh, okay, and this area then. You know what? I will change my brush, take the bigger brush. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Checking all the areas, but I think this one is almost done. Then I will have just this little guy here and there, and his kind of seat here. But otherwise, so this morning I started on this guy, and now I'm kind of finishing, which is great news, of course. I will have two more after this one. So you see now how I am taming this reflection that I had too bright a moment earlier, and now it's coming down with many glazing. and here as well, just doing the border of the highlight. And so I'm getting a pretty smooth transition. Okay. Yeah, okay, here. So here you see I have two greens. So this is the medium green I'm using and the darker green, and it helps bringing all this depth to the OSL. Even if you see here, you have like the medium and the dark, and also everywhere, in fact. And that's why it brings the volume, even though you see like this area here. If you have just one color, then you won't get as deep, and you know, it works. Basically it works, but just like if you had a miniature with no highlights, and you don't see the volumes. And so here it's just like the ambient light, but more focused, and usually the color is not like white, but the principles are the same. The lighter to the light source, the closer to the light source, then the lighter. This is very much the same. Okay, and let's have this one. Okay. Like this. Yes, let's have the backpack with the little guy in it, and that will be it for this guy, which is very happy. Very, very happy, because oh, maybe somewhere here, if you want to be very specific, here they could be good, because there is this huge crystal. And so this part here, although it's not very obvious, I do it just for the consistency, you know. And I think that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So very nice. Maybe something here, slightly like this. As it's taking some light from the pipe you see here. Okay. Whoops, that's way too much. All of a sudden. So I'm coming in there and wiping the excess. Okay. And then I will glaze over it with a dark green to tone it down, exactly, tone it down. So I will wait for it to dry here, and then I will take my lighter, thinner brush and do all the edge highlights on here. So for the edge highlights, I need thicker consistency. Okay. And slowly, little by little, the effect is getting stronger and stronger until it becomes believable. Okay, let's continue. Trying to get into this area, some of them are pretty hard to get to. So here I was missing a bit of water in my mix so that the paint leaves the brush smoothly. A bit too much. Yes, I may clean it right away. Okay. And try like so. I see. Not the most comfortable, but okay, it works. Very good. Oh, okay, cool. Try to get this down here. Oof. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, it will help a lot with the readability. And then this guy here, I think he already has a highlight, but let's reinforce it. Let's make it a bit extreme. Okay, better. Whew. Breathing. Reinforcing this. This I will have to come with the even lighter green to finish. Okay, the tail for sure. I'll take my finer brush now. Okay, like this. I keep it for the. It's very good for the edge highlights, the very thinner details. Okay, something like so. Now the face. I do the face of this little guy. Just reinforcing highlights in the center. Now it's a bit more readable, but I will clean it up again and reinforce the contrast of the light that comes from below. Something here in the forehead. And so the lightest in the middle, and so that's where it drives the eye. So we have to guide the vision, and because this is a bit downplayed. You know, where do you look at? Well, you will look at it where there is the most light in the center, so you see the face. Okay, I'll come back with some dark green now, and then some black to suppress any light, green light that would come from the top, because it's not the intent. Okay, more or less something like so. So you see from afar, it's now a lot more readable. And I will just correct a few areas. So first my dark green and then my black. And so it's a softer transition. Okay, pretty cool. Look like he's smiling. Hello. So if I understand correctly, this guy is the pilot of this bigger mouse. In fact, I think I don't even need the black. I think it's good enough, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Okay, yeah, the edges now. I will still shade slightly this area here. Just to get back some of that contrast. Okay, cool. Just like that. Oh, it's not very visible on the miniature anyway, so it's not like it has to be refined. Golden Demon refined. Okay, just something like this, that's cool. Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay, that's enough. The other side, I will just do, yeah, the edge highlights for the other side is enough. Let me change my brush. This one, pretty fine for edge highlight. So you see, it's a synthetic brush, and so I can load it pretty far, and so I can use the edge, hopefully, yeah, something like this. And all of a sudden, ooh, it's better. Yes, it's true. Edge highlights, wow. Okay. Tricky one, that was. And all of a sudden, it's better. I tried this one too, but tricky. Oh, fine enough. Cool, let's take it. Awkward position to do. This is a lot better. Let me reload. And just the edge highlights, you see, it's fairly quick. fairly quick, but it enhances the paint job just so much instantly, so really worth the effort. Of course, oops, if you can find a good angle, then that will help in the speed of execution. Okay, and this here. I have a bizarre one now. It's inside here. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I should do it. Not the same question, but definitely the same answer. If I can, then I should. If I cannot, then I should not. That's I think that's enough. Just suggesting something, but just because of the angle, it was very hard to get in there. Try something like this. This will be definitely enough because I cannot get much done in there. And I say that and I see possibilities, and then I want to do it. So let's do it. I will live to regret it. No, it went pretty well, incredible. You see just this line here, I think adds a lot. Nice, I think it's thanks to you guys watching the live. And so thank you very much. Sending the good vibes. A bit strong, but yeah, not too strong. That's fine enough. Okay, cool. You know what? I will try something with my finest brush. Oh, and I had to redo this area. Okay, I'll do it now. So the other area dries. I need the glaze here. Yes, that's what I have here. And so gentle, too strong. And here I will feather the edge. Like that. Okay. And so now I think I like what I have. Pretty dark because it shouldn't be too crazy. With some spots of light, but that kind of blended in the middle. Let's see when it's dry. And like I said, I take my finer brush. I think here if I have one line, it will be better. So it's very risky because the angle is not favorable for a straight line, but let's try. Ja, guten Tag, it works. The player. Okay, let's correct the slight mistake I did here at the bottom. Just here. Yeah, and it's erased. And we don't really see what I've just done, but I'm sure when we'll take a picture, we'll see something. Oh no, you know what? Let's do it again. Whew. Okay. The player, playing. That's fine enough. It's not the best. I come back with the dark green to reframe the line, make it a bit straighter. Okay. Something like this. Let me try it. Oh, and I will try this here. Like this. So my brush is a bit more loaded with the green than the previous pass. Ooh, guys, do you see anything that is off, out of place, or something? You tell me in the chat. I will do the 360 of the miniature and check if there is anything wrong. Otherwise, I would call it done. So tell me, let me know, guys, if you see something out of place. So how I'm checking here, the cloth, the armor, the legs inside the wraps here, all the edges here, the guns, they're done. Yes, very good. The whole guns here. The front, we have all these things here. It's not super clean, but in fact, we don't even see it from there. So it's more like if you turn like this, you see something inside there. Here the arm I think is good enough. Here the chest also. Oh yeah, we have something here. The helmet. Here I love this reflection here. Well, this light here. Then we have something a lot more gentle on the fur because the metal reflects harder than the fur. So that's cool. This as well got a good something. The crystals here we have also this from the crystal here. This is a lot. Also, yeah, this is receiving the most daylight. And you see how you do OSL. You can keep in mind that this is a fight from the glowing crystal fighting with the ambient light. And so this in the shadows, the light from the cracks are more powerful and they overtake the light. But here, not enough to turn this whole thing green, but just slightly here is in the shadows because the light is here. So I added some green in the shadows here, but I don't think it needs any more than that. And that's why this area also has just a little bit of green from this pipe, but it's not green all over because my highest reflection is here. I may... yeah, it would be cool. This is the main viewing angle of the miniature. If I add a bit more green here, that may look cool. So let's do it. Let's try. Not too strong, very, very light. Something like this. So first I build my green up and then I will turn it down to smooth the transitions. So I let it dry, but you see this green makes stains. You see like this stain here? That's why I will have to feather it, smooth the gradients with the darker green. I think that's enough here. You know, it's not a direct reflection. Yeah, I think it's cool. Well, it is direct reflection, but I mean, it's not that close and stuff. But yeah, now you turn it and you're like, oh yeah, cool. There is a bit of light. And so I will use my dark green to smooth the transition back into the darkness. That was a bit strong, but okay. And same for here. And also this double tone, like the dark green and the lighter green together next to each other, they will really, really bring a lot of depth to a somewhat simple, oopla, sorry, I went overboard. Yes, so I have to smooth the edges and then come back with my medium green. Yeah, that was the risk, but it's okay. It's not dramatic. So yeah, this transition is pretty smooth, like the one on the top, which is a success already. And now this one, I have to come back with a last. Hey, you know what? I think it's almost done because, yeah, I think it's enough. So what do you think, guys? That was pretty fast. Like this area you have seen. I think it's working, and yeah. So what I was doing that, I spotted the last area. In fact, taking this brush now. I have three brushes. Like this is for the main light. I like the big brush. It leaves a big drop with marks of the hairs, but in fact that creates a good blend. This is for the edges and for some lines if it's not too stark, and this is final lines. And yeah, try to keep it for, you see like the green in there, and here it's a lot cleaner because this is a cheap synthetic brush and this is a better natural hair brush. So maintenance isn't equal, but also that's why I use these instead. When I don't need to be super precise, I just spare my better brush. And so you see here I should have a bit of reflection from, oh cool, let it dry and then I will have a second pass. Yeah, something noticeable from the front is better. Something like this. Let's see when he's dry, if I need to. I think I do. But you see the vibrancy here? I love that. It's really the combination of these two paints. This brings the light, the lighter one, and the darker brings vibrancy and smooth the blends. So that's a bit my combo for the green light. Ooh. Yeah, I think I will just feather slightly, but just so slightly, because it's already pretty cool, like what I have on the tail. Before you judge if you have done a successful application of the paint, just wait for it to dry, because it loses some intensity when it's dry. So yeah, that's all right. It's not the main viewing angle, but here, I think it's good enough. Because I still want to, yeah, exactly, something like this. It's very light, very small dots of lighter. Okay, so I think here I will have something, just a little something. So just for the row of cool, so the reflection you see here, it's falling here and not behind, but let's say it's this and whatever, you know, just for the row of cool. And you see the tail down here, done, cool, and you see somewhat the effect here. It's enough. Yes, I'm very happy with that. Yep, okay, let's do this here. A bit more water. If I can do like the consistency of a big glaze and I leave just a drop of water. So here, okay, let's try to do it like so. Yep, okay. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh, pretty cool. That's all right. This, and I will just correct one of the mistake I've done. Is it dark green? Yes, okay, I see it. One of them is a bit too strong, like this one here. Just the bottom part. I could come back over it. Like this, okay. Yep, and I think that's cool. That's cool enough. Just a little bit, you know, to finish. And besides that, I believe it's done. So beautiful, because that's the 4th out of the 6 storm ferns I'm painting now. You see the 2 here at the back. I haven't started yet. The one on the left will be a huge piece of work because it has so many of these little warp stones. But let's first check if I think here is could have a little of here, a little bit of green, just like that, because of the rune here. bit too diluted. Just something like this, because no one will really look, but and I will feather the edges with my dark green again. Wait for it to dry. Second pass of that medium green in the middle, in the very center. I think so, right? And then I will feather the edges with dark green, because it went a bit too far. A big drop of water on the handle of the brush, which is recipe for chaos. I have another go. Let for it to dry. That looks awesome. Keep up the great work, G. Warchief Gaming. Well, thank you very much for your kind words. You see how I'm just glazing, kind of leaving a drop on the edge. And what do you think, guys? I think so, right? I will redo the black here. I've put some, or have I? Yeah, I'll leave it like this. It's cool. It's cool. Okay. Little detail. Oh, I think it's still noticeable, so that's fine. I will cool it down because now, so here there is some light, but not that much. And here we have a lot more. I have all the edge highlights needed. I don't see anything that this model needs in addition. So I think I will call this one done. Yeah, maybe like I have here something in the toe here. I would just do one line, just a rule of cool, although it's not the most exposed area, just to make it belong. Something like this. And I will smooth out the edges. On the camera, the transition looks, it's okay. Yeah, but I will still do it just to make sure. Transition means dark green. You see here like this, very thin down, and then I cover it. I don't need to be precise at all here. No one will really be looking at this, but you know, if somebody does, they will say, oh, what an attention to details. It's more of a thickness, yes, mental illness. Okay, I think it's pretty nice. Right, so because we have the same here, and so now we have that. Okay. Main angle, main viewing angle, maybe like this, or like this, not sure which one is the best angle. Because I like to see the eyes, you see they're pretty detailed here, yes. But I like to see the inner of this gun here. Yeah, maybe something like this. I have both. I have the nipple, yes, because the nipple here you see is getting good amount of green light. Okay, I think I will call it down for this. If I see anything else, you know what? I will just do the edges, some edges here on the, look here. You see this and that is a bit too uniform. And so I think a little glaze of that green will make the color more believable. Yeah, something like this. See some have been toned down slightly. I think it's more in line now. This as well. Okay. Oh yeah, let me check. I think I should refer myself to the, yeah, I think that would be the main angle. We don't see the eyes, but yeah, we see the NMM here hitting the, so that should be, well, okay. Oh, it's pretty cool to this one. Like this angle. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it, you know, for this, at least for this one. And so now to the next. What time is it? It's okay. It's time to be great, to be better. Okay, arranging the. So let me show you what I have left to paint. Out of the 6 I have, so I have 2 squads of 3. So that's the first one. That's not the one I'm about to do. The name of the models, they are Stormthunds from Skaven, Age of Sigmar, Warhammer Games Workshop. And so this guy is pretty neat. Yes, it's true. And it has maybe a little bit less work than the other. But still, you know, it's always more work than it seems. I may do this one just because I will wait to be fresh for the other one. Look at the other one. It's this one. And so because he has so many rocks, glowing rocks, I have all these reflections that will, you know, need a good amount of blending and this and that. And that will be a lot of work. Let me check something. Should I do this rune glowing green as well? Maybe yes, just like this one here. I think so. I think so, in the very center, like this on the torso. Yeah, fascinating. Well, later. This I will do tomorrow. There's too much work. And nobody got time for that. But this, yes, I will start. Okay, let's do it. Let me rinse my brush here. Okay. And I will leave it in my closet so it keeps a bit of moisture. Like this, inside. Okay, good. And I will start with this brush. It's an alright brush, this one. I can do some edge highlight if it's a very sharp edge. And but I will start, I believe, with this area here, the main one. I will keep the edge highlights for the end. And so I have all of these here under the arm, under the claw here, the main light from below, the tail here on the armor, the legs here, up there. So you see, it's also a lot of work. Let's try to see if we can make it work. If you're enjoying the live, by the way, of course, you would be very welcome to subscribe. If you want to see more, if you want to be part of the support of the channel, you're very welcome to do so. And I would be very thankful and grateful, especially if you want to be there on the long run. So you subscribe and you keep subscribed. Because sometimes people, they subscribe and then they unsubscribe. It makes me feel I've done something wrong, which is somewhat unpleasant. And so if you guys have the idea to subscribe, or if you think you would commit to the long term, you're very welcome. If you're not sure, maybe you can take your time, check my other content, and only if you're very convinced, then you subscribe, so it avoids the unsubscribing. Yes, that's how we say it. Okay. So here, catastrophe happened, you see. I have to redo it all. Very annoying. Whoops. Oh, something like this, better. Okay. Oh, catastrophe, catastrophe. Oh, okay, I have to smooth it down back to... in fact, I removed the previous layers, and so that's why this happened. So it's always better to go slower and build up the layers rather doing what I've just done here and really messed everything. But that happens. It's all right. I will fix it. And as long as one layer is not too strong, you can always get back to the build-up. In fact, it looks very slow, but I'm doing the whole area, so I'm really thinking it's all right. I've done worse. This here is complicated. The rest is going right. So that's cool enough. Let's do this here. Okay. This here is a big problem, but you know, I do my best. Okay, something like this. I think it's all right. Well, when it will dry, we'll see, because now it's wet, so it looks very drastic. Okay, let's see when it dries. But you see how better it is. Now I have this strong reflection, because this is how metal should reflect the lights. You see a fork in the light. Then if you have like a light above, not in my ring here, nah. Well, it's a lot sharper. Focused in some areas, and that's why like the NMM is a lot of contrast, but it's not yeah, okay. It's not diffused. The light is focused in some areas in a sharp contrast, and we see now that it is dry. I think it looks pretty nice, pretty nice. This area is very problematic because the paint is getting peeled off, and this is because I used the airbrush as a base coat, but the airbrush paint is very, very fragile. And in fact here I'm kind of stippling slightly, so it's a bit abrasive, and it removes the fragile layers of paint. Let me think. Try to leave a big drop of diluted paint on top here, like this and like that, connected in the center, and then I will smooth out the transitions to the dark. Okay, what else? What else do we have? You know what? I think I'm going to take my dark green because I've been patient enough. But now I want to redo some of the mistakes, correct them. So here, for instance, maybe just like this, yes? Let it dry. And here I think it's all right. No major problem. On the torso as well, okay. Ooh. Okay, we'll let this dry. Okay, let's see when it is dry again. Okay, I'll do the tail because the consistency I have now is perfect for the tail. Right on the mold line. I didn't remove the mold line. This is... Dude, where do you get those clothes? I have no idea. I was about to say, this is a commissioned paint job, so I'm not responsible for the build, the mold lines, and that's great accountability, isn't it? But it's true. They're 3D printed, that's for sure. That's what I know, because I got the model bare, without base coat. But I don't know. Yeah, that's a close like this, summoning the energy. And I see that rotating very fast, like this. And I'm about to paint lightnings when I finish the OSLs, lightnings coming down on the arm like this. And already this guy is summoning something powerful. Is what I'm seeing. Whoops. Okay, let's continue the tail on the other side. What you see when it dries, it's a lot less stock, and so that's pretty good transitions. Fairly easily, right? I'm just touching, kind of making a big dot of diluted paint, and that works. Yeah, but this mold line here is really annoying. I'll raise a complaint to the customer who placed the order. I said, come on, man. I will say, not I said. I will tell him, do something about it next time you send me something. I had a comment once like, oh, it's criminal to have the model I was painting also was a commission, but I make it clear I don't do any of the, like, I can, but I have to charge for it. So usually people, that just if it's gaming piece, do you see the mold line like this on the table playing there? Maybe not, so I understand, right? But because I'm painting, so I see everything. I see just everything. Oh, that's a shame that there is a rock here, because the OSL is nice. Let me check. Okay, we do something here as well. So you see, having just a dark green, a medium green, and I will have a lighter green, like I did these pipes with a very light green. So like, I mean, this one, for the metallic reflections, the specular highlight on the metallic reflections, that will work fine. So here, just kind of doing a little bit of something just to make to create the illusion that I've worked on it more than necessary. Well, yes, more than necessary, because in fact it's very likely no one will have a look at here, but if you do, then you see like, oh yeah, there is something, so very nice. Yeah, okay. Now I will dilute slightly. Let me check here. You see the transition here is not that bad. And then I will come back with the dark green to have the darker tones, but accidents happens, it's okay. So I like to have the tail coming out of the base, keeping the OSL, so it gives the I say gives off that the environment is continuing, and so it's great for immersion. Like you could have an OSL with the source of light that is not visible on the miniature, and it would look very immersive. And it's a lot better when it's not on the mold line, so it gives a rounded shape and not doesn't flow into the recesses of the mold line, which is kind of terrible. Let me check. Is it all right? Well, I will see when it dries. It's a bit stark. Too stark, yeah, way too stark. Ooh, it's not getting better. On the contrary, it's getting worse. I think I have to let it dry, otherwise I'm going to do, again, terrible... oops, sorry. Oh, I have something fell on me. Okay. Right, here we go. Back on track. So here I'm not sure of my consistency, so I try... Oh. Okay, I was here. Okay, I can do it. So this looks very stark, but in fact, when it will dry, it will be better. Oh yeah. I think it's pretty quick, you know, for the effect that we're going after. And you know, just a bigger brush like I have here, proper consistency, and then it's not very tiring. Don't need to be super duper precise, and just do several passes. Okay, something like this. But the second I touch this, it just falls apart. It's terrible. Okay, let me do something here. And I varnished after the airbrush, but it's not as soon as you introduce some wetness, like some water or what, kind of breaks down everything, the paint and under the varnish coat. So there is really just one thing is to be very careful with that. Yeah, that's a bit too low. So I want to be, I can see it if I tilt the model like this, but I want to be able to see it when I hold the model like this. So I have to go a bit higher for this light. Let me reload. Something like this. Now I can see it from the main angle. Okay. Let me check. Okay. I'll take my dark green and correct some areas. Okay. Yes, not too shabby, is it? Let me check something. Okay, she's still wet. I think I will, yeah, do the legs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why I like painting. It's very frustrating when it doesn't work, but just keep going at it. And then when it eventually works, it feels very good. I've taken a very big brush for doing such a thin detail, but it worked. Sometimes if I take a small brush, maybe I could have a lot of trouble, and so it's very hard to be sure. This is pretty stark, but you see, when it will dry, maybe it will be just like my first pass I found was also very stark, but then when it dried, it's barely visible. And so here, same. So now it looks good, but when it will dry, it will be a lot less stark. And so there will be a few passes to build up the opacity and already starting to fade, but it's still lovely. Yep, you see that? Once more. I have to think a little now. Okay, this area. To stick to areas that are comfortable with this big brush. here, for instance. Sorry. Now you see the specular here. I think is fine. This one here. Don't need to go much more on it. I don't think I even need to blend it or whatever. I think the second you try to be fast, then it doesn't work great. Okay. Whew, but just taking, like here, I'm taking my time, it's working fine. And so I'm very thankful for that. Although this area is problematic for real. I think I won't touch it anymore. Just making trouble, bringing trouble. Maybe I don't need to steer, how do you say that? Steer the pot of trouble? Oof, this is not great. I think, let's check, but okay. Okay, I will take another brush and I will do all the torso parts. So this first, and I will do the shoulder and then the torso. And maybe some edge highlight in here, see if it if it works or not. Let me reload. So I'm talking about this green here, sea green. Here we go, on the palette. So because I have 6 Stormfunds, I've been painting just green. My palettes, they've been just like this. That's how, I think maybe the 3rd or the 4th, that just fully full with green and then had to change. I don't think so, you know, about being bored about painting green. First I have a few shades of green, 3. And yes, all about the effect. I just need to do it to have a successful effect. So okay, let's try with this. More. Okay, now the inside. Reloading the brush. this one now to this bizarre angle. Whoops. Well, it doesn't even appear from here, but I will try to clean this. Oof. Can I do it? I think I can, yeah, okay. Something like this. Yeah, cool. This needs a bit more. Oh yeah, that's the bizarre angle, that's why, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll clean up slightly here with some dark green. Oh, I'll just try to scrap it, maybe? Yes, it works. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's enough. Don't need to do anything here. Okay. And now, just like I said, this one, and do the shoulder. Okay, now I'm looking at the ribs. I don't know if you see here. They will all need some green light, but this is a tricky phase. Let me think. Yes, because you see I want something that is spotted from the front, so that's why I have a very thick line here underneath. Okay, that will be the same for all the ribs. Okay, let's do it. You know what? I will change brush again. I'll take my fine brush. She was born for the job, and so let her have this. Why her? Because in my language, a brush is feminine. Crazy, huh? In my mother tongue, I mean, because English isn't. Okay, we'll let it dry, and then I will do the other. Ooh, very slow. And then it's a rinse and repeat until I get an opaque what? Coat. An opaque coat. Fine enough. Okay. All right, and then here. So I will surround that with a darker green. Frame that, yes, we could say frame. And so that will look a lot more convincing. Oh. Whew. Yeah, this is pretty risky because I don't have much room for this line, and you see I went overboard. And I want a good coverage, but at the same time, here is too much. Okay, now let's come back with the green, the dark green, correct before I go somewhere else on the miniature. And you will see that all of a sudden, with that dark green, really helps to sell the illusion. So here's a bit complicated. I went really overboard. Let me check. What can I do here? I should try to erase it, but it's a risk. But I have to take it anyway. Let's be gentle to begin. I think it works. Yes. Okay. Yeah, the most critical was this area here in the center. This area here. Now it's better. Yeah, perfect. Nice. Ooh, that was a tricky one. Well, tense. Okay, but some things have to be done. And I think I still have to come with that dark green and mark the shadow. So here, send me the good vibes because it just stands. I will let it dry, but I think it was successful. Not. I should go up to the far end of the left side here. Well, yes, the left side. Again, more. I'm barely breathing. Whew. Yeah, I was not. Oh, things better. Though on the camera, it seems the light green is on top, but really it's not. Maybe a little bit. Let me do something about it. Okay, something like this. And I will take some of that. You see, so this gray was formed from this color. Let me check. Let me get it. This anthracite gray highlighted with a kind of off-white. And now I will take these two, create a shadow, and have this line on top of the dark green. Because this is on the torso, it is very noticeable, and so I need it to be very... Okay, let's do it. Really looking for trouble. Tiny amount on the palette because it's just, oh my god, that was a lot. It's okay. And now let me do the mix. So you see this, take a bit of this dark here, put it into there and bring it on the left side. Oh yeah, that's the color. Okay, now adding a bit of water to the mix. And I will take that to redefine the line. Here we go. Taking my nice trusty brush. And let's go. Okay. I've had no impact with this pass. Very good. Pressure is immense. Ooh. Yeah, I shouldn't touch it up much more. I think that will be it. That's about what I can do here. That's all right. Only me knows about it. And you guys, to be honest. Okay. Whew, okay, I will just do this and let's see. Like that. So now I have a lot more room if I compare to my previous situation. Okay, great glow effects. Thank you very much, Purity Seals. Something like this. It helps sell the effect. Although here, I think I should go a bit more up here. So you see how easily I can remove the layer of paint, and this is because the layer is so thin. Yeah, so I want it as strong as possible for sure. So there is very obvious from this angle. So I think now it's pretty cool. So right, just keep the one last pass of this dark green, correct a few things. Something like this. Okay, now to the next ribs. Yeah, so the more down it gets, the easier it gets. Yeah, okay. Have a one last pass of the medium green on this rib here, just reaffirm the light. Oops. So way too strong. You have all seen that, and me too. Wait for it to dry, and I'll have another pass. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Wait for it to dry, and another path. pass. Isn't it perfect? Well, of course not, but that's good enough. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Perfect for me, right? You can say it like this. So that's I think the toughest part of the whole model is this ribs, because the angle is a bit awkward. I have to have nice lines, and then the space is very reduced. You get the drift. But yeah, I think it's worth it. You see, like it's now pretty powerful, and just a lot of depth. You know, if I say so myself. I think I will just now, yeah, change the brush. So I change the work area just to relax a bit, because even on the back and the neck, you know, I tend to keep my model high just under the lights. So the lights are just, well, I have a lot of light, but yeah, trying to, you know, really get this detail. Of course, I'm stretching the neck and stuff. So now I'm getting back to something that is a lot less tense, just to rest a little bit. And then we do something like this. Yeah, tone it down, the whole thing. If you like the show, guys, and you want to ride along on the long term, and that means not unsubscribing right after people do that, they subscribe, unsubscribe, makes me feel like I've done something wrong. So if you're not ready to subscribe, of course, you take your time, watch more content. But if you are and you want to ride along, then you're very welcome to subscribe, and I'm very thankful for that. Again. No, same mistake again. Okay, wow. Okay, I will leave it dry, and then I will come back again. My gosh, this is hell. This area here is treacherous. Okay, I'm glad the rest is going well, especially this area here. Let me check. What else do I have? Do the helmet, edge highlighting, great set of stuff to redefine Oh, let me think. Oops. Too thick. Yeah, dreadful. Let me try to correct that. ASP, SPP, SAP, what? I'm blowing on the model to dry it faster. Not because I like to refresh my models. Yeah, I don't think oh yeah, I think it's fine now. Look, that nice. Okay, cool. Let me think of what I should do next. Oh yeah, this here again. This is tricky, but I'll do it. You see, so it's the, yeah, you see it here. Okay, well, it's fine. And there is something very obvious that I have tried to avoid doing. First, I will try to redo this. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool, now that's cool. And something else, yes, it's below the eye here. I really need to get that. Oops. Oh, cool. Yes. So I didn't really know where to put it, and then I put a drop here. I think if I refine it, that will be good. Oh, I think it's cool. A bit on the edges. And then I will refine with the dark black, dark green, dark black. What is a dark black? Yeah, cool. And then I will refine it, and then the effect will be pretty cool. So you see it's a back and forth between my medium green and my, oh. Sorry, can you see? Oops. Where is it? Here. Okay. Up, here we go. Okay, we'll correct that. Whoa, what a mess. Correct that with my dark green. So first I do the eyes, under the eyes. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Ah, savage. Oh. Okay, let's wait for it to dry and see where it has to be refined here, surely. Oh no. I went over the whole thing. Let me try to feather it away so I can get back some of my... Oh my god. I think it's fine enough. It looks like a specular highlight. Very specular. Oops, wow. Do you see it on camera, guys? So half of it, or like 80% of it, is luck. That's why I'm amazed. Yeah, cool. And now look at the mess here. This is when luck, the chat is like doing a big mess. Okay, I'll take this now. So there's, I'm operating with 3 brushes. Just taking the, so I'm hovering around the model and taking the brush that is the most appropriate for what I see and do right there. Just came across this live stream. This Radagar is so cool. What did you do to kit bash it? I don't know. I, um, I know that this here has been cut, as you can see. And I think this arm as well, but it's yeah, here two is cut here. I know that these two, they come from the big rat. Let me thank all and something like the biggest. It's on my desk here. I cannot catch it. It's too far away. But this is I'm just painting, and this is commission painting. So I know it has been kit bashed. Exactly how? I think, like I told you, like this also here, and here. Okay. Oh, I think the tail, no, it's in the right direction. Okay. If, like for instance, I think it's maybe, which one is it? This one? I can tell you it's the same tail. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, this one here. Okay. No, it's not. What is happening? Let me check. Which one is it? Okay, it's this one. So this, opla, sorry. You see, it's the same tail. In fact, if I put the model like so, you see it's the same tail, but on the model it has been reversed, and that's why there is a little thing here. It should be here, the tail, but it's glued inside, and so that's the same tail, but flipped around. That's all I can say, because I don't know. Okay. Okay, I'm checking here where I need some work. Here on the shoulder, slightly. Here doing the blend again. Okay. Okay, I'll do another area while this is drying. I'm not a fan of this, in fact. Okay, something like this. Let me check. What have I missed? That's the question. What have I missed? I think I could do another pass on the arms. So taking my big brush is fine. Taking my medium green, filling the brush, emptying the brush once on the tissue, once on the thumb, and then I can kind of come and stipple. I'll do the same on the other arm. Whoops. It's a bit harsh of a stipple. I'm pushing too much on the brush. Feathering that slightly, just so slightly. Here as well. Okay, something like this. Sorry, I was not in the frame. Something like this. Here I believe that in fact I will get some light up there because it's more like facing downwards. I think the front would be more or less done. That will leave us the back again, starting from scratch. But the front really is the most critical element here. That is for sure. The biggest piece of work. So it's pretty good still today because I finished the other one. This one I've done a half, let's say. Well, more than half really, because just like I said, what I have left is easier compared to what I have done today. Something like this. I think I'm gonna put the live to an end just so I can rest, stretch a bit, and then I will paint further off camera. And then tomorrow I think I will paint the last one like this one and do it tomorrow again. And so guys, if you enjoyed the stream, you're very welcome to join again tomorrow. I stream 3 or 4 times a week, I cannot remember, maybe 4 times a week. If you take the Los Angeles time, UTC -8, it's 8:30 p.m. Los Angeles time from Sunday evening to Wednesday evening. So well, Monday evening, right? So thank you very much for all of those who want to ride along and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining the channel. That's a huge boost for the morale and just the motivation and the happiness and joy of sharing. If you need more time to subscribe, you can check my other content on the long form. I do dioramas, shorts, I do painting transformation, let's say, or some summary of the lives, and then the lives, just like I said. Thank you very much, guys, and see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.